right, welcome to After GMS. It is 7:45 on the dot on Facebook Live, where we are already seeing several of you joining in with us, talking to us on this Friday morning. A lot to talk about this week.
Yeah, well, we can start with the forecast because that is certainly nothing that any of us was expecting, Triad. You know, we had a lot of rain yesterday. Usually after the rain comes bright sunny skies. And it's kind of not that right now. And then we have a cool down in store. So tell us all about it.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Sometimes when you have the cloud cover stick around behind a cold front, that's an indication that you have much cooler air on the way. And that's certainly what we are going to be dealing with as we go through the weekend. For today, though, maybe a few sprinkles this morning. That's just about it for the rainfall. We'll dry out the rest of the day. If we're lucky, we'll see a few peaks of sunshine. It'll be a little bit breezy from time to time, and high temperatures will end up in the low to mid 70s. And then as that cool air continues to move in, we'll have low temperatures tonight in the 40s and low 50s. High temperatures tomorrow will struggle to make it into the mid 60s. We'll probably continue with partly to mostly cloudy skies tomorrow, and then we'll see more sunshine move in for Sunday. Temperatures still cool though. We're going to stay with lows in the 40s and highs in the 60s the next several days, and then we will slowly warm up into the mid to maybe upper 70s later on next week. But all in all, we have a pretty nice stretch of days on the way, especially if you like fall weather as we head through the next week or so once we get past today. That's a quick look at your forecast.
All right, so we're starting to hear from you guys that you can't see us because the logo is up and not the stream. So if our digital person is hearing us right now, I think Leah is working early this morning. If you can hear that, then you probably are already working on it. But just want to let you guys know at home, we understand the situation and we are working on it and we'll figure it out. But Heather Harness, appreciate you for letting us know what's happening.
Yeah, it sounds like they can hear us at least, so that's good. So we can go ahead and start talking about all this cool weather that
I want to see you, Megan. I want to see you.
I want to see you too, and we want to see Triad. Let's see. Oh, it looks like we're up now. Hello.
Okay.
Hello, friends.
Isn't that so much better?
Yes. All right. Thank you so much for letting us know. Again, this is the point of After GMS. We can chat live with you. You can let us know if something's not right.
And you can see all the mistakes that we won't show you on TV.
Yeah, we like to relax a little bit right now during After GMS. And sounds like you are going to do some relaxing this weekend with this cooler temperatures. A lot of you are looking forward to it. It seems Carnita said, looking forward to driving my students on my bus. So that's probably in light of our next conversation as far as the school decision. We'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, let us know, write a comment here what you're thinking about as far as this fall weather. I'm excited for it. I'm a summer lover, as you know, Tracy, but you know, I think all of us could use a fresh season, a fresh start after this year that we've had, and I'm looking forward to spending some time outside.
Usually around this time is the Central Carolina Fair.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite things to do, because I love fair food, of course. So this would have been perfect for that, you know, festivity that is not going to happen because of COVID-19, as with everything else. You know, it's delayed this year or not happening at all. But, you know, fall weather means it's time to pick apples, you know, pick out your pumpkin or your gourd and, you know, carve a little bit, you know, do some fall activities, which in my house means like a lot of baking with apple spices and
yum,
pumpkin spices and cinnamon. I said the key word, pumpkin spice. Taran, I'm so sorry.
Taran is cringing.
I didn't mean to go there.
No comment. You're good. I'm sure it tastes lovely.
What are you guys doing this weekend for the cooler weather?
Probably just trying to get outside as much as we can. You know, the heat and the humidity, I'm kind of over it now. You know, I like the long days of summer, but that heat can be kind of rough. So there are a lot of trails near our house, so we'll probably just take longer walks than we were able to take, you know, in July and August because the heat kind of ran us off. So just looking forward to just sitting outside and enjoying some cool, crisp air instead of the muggies that we have been dealing with the past several months.
So will you wear a sweater this weekend?
You know, I might consider it. Why not? You know, I might have to dig deep in the closet and grab one of my couple of sweaters that I have and throw that on and be cool for a while. And then it'll probably end up being too hot for me, even though it's just the 60s. But, you know, I'm not adjusted to it yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys are never cold. You, Ed Matthews, you're like, it's 50 degrees, t-shirt time. You know, I mean, do you ever really get cold? It's hard to believe. Meanwhile, Dana on our feed says she's going shopping because she doesn't have any fall clothes. Oh. Kay said that Tracy's already dressing like fall. She loves your orange dress today.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It fit. So I put it on. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then we heard from Arlene, who said the fall brilliance of colors will relax and bring beauty to our stressed country, I pray. That's a great comment.
All right, so of course we're going to be talking about fall weather coming up, also about your weekend plans, so we'll keep you updated on that. But we have to move right along to our top story this morning, and you already know what we're going to say. North Carolina school districts now able to move students in grades K through 5 into in-person learning as early as next month. WFMY News 2's Candace Redd explains the governor's decision and what it means for students at Guilford County schools.
Despite the ongoing COVID-19 crisis, students in K through 5th grade can return to in-person learning on October 5th. Governor Roy Cooper made the announcement during yesterday's presser. He says there's been several weeks of stable COVID-19 trends and continued low virus spread in school settings. This newly approved reopening of schools falls under Plan A. It's considered the least restrictive for school reopenings and comes with minimal social distancing. The plan, however, still includes important safety measures like symptom screenings and face coverings for all students, teachers, and staff. But the plan does not require schools to reduce the number of children in the classroom.
We're able to open this option because most North Carolinians have doubled down on our safety and prevention measures and stabilized our numbers. The science of lower viral spread among younger children also backs up this decision.
But as we look at the risk also, there seems to be just a different way that the virus is interacting with our younger kids. They seem to get COVID less often, they get less severely sick, and they transmit it less often.
Remember, Plan A is only an option for school districts statewide. The Guilford County Board of Education plans to vote next Thursday on a reopening plan. For more details, all you have to do is visit our website, WFMYnews2.com.
Winston-Salem Forsyth County School Superintendent Dr. Angela Hairston says Plan A is not something they're ready to go into just yet. Instead, the board discussed a gradual transition into Plan B, which is a blended model of remote and in-person learning. The Guilford County School Board is set to take a vote on this Thursday at a gradual reentry plan, which, if approved, would start bringing children back into the classroom next month. Alamance, Burlington, and Thomasville City Schools are sticking with their original Plan C. Mount Airy City Schools says it will stay with Plan B, and Randolph County Schools says it hasn't made a decision just yet. So Governor Cooper's decision brings us to another one of our trending conversations this morning. So before I tell you about it, we really want you to be a part of the story, and we want to focus on what your thoughts are. So make sure you leave your comments in the comment section below. So many families are split on the idea of moving children back into the classroom. Some feel children learn better in person. Others say they'd rather be safe, and they don't feel like schools are the safest place right now, and they would like their children to keep learning remotely. Some of you are sharing how you feel about this decision on our Facebook page. So while you're writing your comments in the feed, we're going to share some of those on Facebook. So Mary says, if little kids can go back to school, so should the middle and high school students. Send them all back. Of another viewer, Tracy Thompson says, quote, I'll be keeping my son with remote learning as long as possible. Again, that's Tracy's comment there. Amy says, if my daughter's school opens, then yep, she'll be there. She doesn't enjoy online learning. And Kim says parents have a choice to do what's best for their family. What's more democratic than that? Melissa says that, quote, thank goodness the districts can still determine what is safe in their area.
All right, we're monitoring the comments here that you are weighing in on this story on our Facebook feed. I mentioned the comment earlier about our viewer who cannot wait to drive her students on her bus, hopefully soon, which could again be a possibility as soon as October 5th. And while we give you some more time to leave your comments here on the live feed, I'll share some comments that popped up on my Facebook page earlier when we were talking about this on the Good Morning Show, and again explaining all the caveats of this big decision that now falls on the school districts. We heard from Margie, who said she agrees kids need that interaction, but they also need to be safe. She feels they should stay home until the situation is completely clear. We heard from Donna, who said if she had school-age kids, she would not send them. She said she knows kids don't get the virus as easily, but they are interacting with teachers, and that's a big concern. Becky has another opinion, saying schools need to open, all schools, and that kids need the social interaction. Becky feels it should not be up to the parents to stay home away from their jobs to teach the kids. But Nancy said she would not send her child until this pandemic is under control. She thinks 1 year of homeschooling is maybe a small price to pay for a child's life.
Yeah, so obviously there are several different opinions, and no matter where you fall on this, I mean, it is an active conversation on our page because so many people want to be heard. You can do that. A lot of these districts have public comment sections, or at least public comment periods in their Zoom meetings coming up when the districts will decide the next phases. So make sure you get involved, to get active, make sure you're heard. Some parents just want the choice and the option. And other parents are just, whatever it takes, get my kid back in school. So there are several different ways to look at this. Make sure you get your voice heard.
Yeah, and several districts, including Guilford County Schools, do have that virtual academy option, which is a year-round virtual school, but there's a deadline for that. GCS has been extended to the 25th, but that's next week already. Yeah. So these conversations are going to be happening this weekend as the districts prepare. Families, I think, are going to have to decide, what are we going to do if this were to happen?
Right, absolutely.
All right, let's get to our next conversation. Again, you can still weigh in on this one if you'd like, but let's go back to that cooler weather. Really excited for this cool weekend ahead and a dry weekend after all this rain.
Yeah, what are you doing this weekend? I don't even know what I'm doing tonight, but never mind tomorrow. But let's take a look at some of your plans and the comments that are popping up on Facebook. Kim Cruz says, outside night of worship. Oh, that sounds like fun.
Wow.
At her church tomorrow evening. And then we've heard from Akira, who says, I'll be relaxing this weekend. Teresa says, oh, it's pajama time. I don't blame you for that. And Jason says, going to watch Appalachian State play in person finally at Marshall University. Hey, Jason, that's awesome. How did that happen? But you know what? If you have the connections, you know, make it happen, I suppose. Yeah. All right, so what are you doing this weekend, Meg?
That's a great question. Well, you know, when you have kids, you know, it's hard to plan stuff, especially right now. I don't know, I think besides the usual laundry, cleaning some bathrooms, we might try to take some walks outside because it's going to be gorgeous. I was thinking about maybe making an appointment at the North Carolina Zoo. Remember, they are still doing timed entries so that you are not around a whole bunch of people. You can pick the time you want to go. It's fewer occupancy crowd levels in the zoo at that time, and it's normally a pretty pleasant experience. We've been a couple times, so maybe worth doing that. I was hoping to maybe go to a pumpkin patch, but it seems like it might be a little early to do that here in the Triad. Yeah. We'll see, maybe waiting till October. What about you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cooking something, I'm sure, and eating something, I'm sure. Taran, I know you mentioned getting outdoors. Naquan Hines said that he's going to be outdoors too. He said going to Fisher Park Circle today to see the beautiful mansion. Bobby Odom said heading to downtown Greensboro tomorrow to eat. Don't know which restaurant yet, but it's a getaway day for him. So, you know, outdoor eating, outdoor anything. Just wear a sweater, or maybe a hoodie or a light jacket. It's going to be a little chilly at night.
Yeah, certainly. If you're cold-natured, you definitely will want to bundle up this weekend. I think Saturday could feel particularly chilly just because it's still going to be somewhat cloudy. I think we'll see some sun, but it also will be a little bit breezy. So with highs in the mid-60s as opposed to the mid-70s or 80s, you'll feel a difference. But overall, you know, if you're out Saturday or Sunday, it's not going to be too bad to, you know, not only sit outside and maybe eat somewhere at a restaurant outside, but even just get outside and do some exercise. You can go for a run or for a walk. The weather is going to be very, very favorable for both of those activities.
Yeah, see, it's interesting to hear or think about how restaurants are going to handle this heading into the fall. I'm hoping for a mild fall because outdoor dining has been so popular during this pandemic. A lot of people, myself included, feel way more comfortable eating outside. than inside, but these restaurants are going to probably have to adapt, Triad, as far as getting heaters outside and making those necessary adjustments to make sure people are comfortable, because to me, these low temperatures this weekend are pretty chilly, and I wouldn't want to be outside for an extended period of time without dressing appropriately.
Oh yeah, definitely. Once the sun sets, the temperatures are going to fall from the mid 60s into the 50s fairly quickly, So again, I'm with you. I'm hoping for a fairly mild fall. That certainly will be helpful. But I think we'll continue to see folks adjust, just like you've seen a lot of restaurants, in some cases build, outdoor decking and things like that. They are unfortunately going to have to take on the added cost of putting heaters out there if they don't have them already. So that is something I hadn't thought about, but that is something that they'll certainly have to consider as we start heading into the cooler months, because as you look on our 7-day, you'll notice the average high temperatures and the average low temperatures starting to come down just a bit, and that's going to continue to be the case, especially as we go through October on into November.
Yeah, and with these cooler weathers, why not stay home and make some warm vegetable soup? Like Debbie Isley, she said, the cooler temps gave me the incentive to make homemade vegetable beef soup. I found a great recipe for that on Our State magazine. It's out now. They also have a recipe for tuna noodle casserole that I'm going to try. So, I mean, I don't know if you're an Our State girl, Debbie, or not, but that's like my go-to recipe handbook. But they've got a great one in this month's issue, so check it out. Unless you've got your staple and it's amazing. I don't have one, so I'm going to try this one.
Yeah, I definitely don't. I'm going to consult Tracy for some leftovers if she makes her soup this weekend. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, the only day I don't cook is Saturday. Just to give you an idea of what it's like in my house.
Okay, well, yeah.
Someone's always hungry.
That's amazing. Do you still do Taco Tuesdays?
I do Taco Tuesdays, but lately they've gotten so good. My kids want them any day of the week. So, hey, it's really easy. I can't believe I make something that everybody likes. And that is the one thing that everybody in my house will eat. So if I don't want to make 3 separate meals, then I go with tacos.
Taco Tuesday, Taco Wednesday, Taco Thursday, Taco Friday.
Taco.
Oh man, okay, so a lot of fun plans on tap this weekend. It sounds like no matter what you're doing, we are certainly going to enjoy this fall forecast. So Triad, why don't you close us out with another extended look at what's to come?
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at it. Again, some cloud cover this morning, a few sprinkles this morning. That's it. We'll dry out after that. We may see a few peaks of sunshine this afternoon. If we're lucky, it'll be a little bit breezy with high temperatures in the low to mid 70s. The breezy conditions continue tomorrow. We'll see a little bit more sunshine tomorrow, but you still notice some cloud cover as well. We'll call it partly cloudy for Saturday with highs only in the mid 60s. We stay in the mid 60s Sunday, low temperatures in the 40s and low 50s, not only for the weekend, but really into a good chunk of next week as well, before we start to see our high temperatures warm up into the mid 70s. That's a quick look at your forecast.
Okay, sure. Following along with the feed here, Debbie answered. She says she made it yesterday. She loved it, and she is an Our State girl. This is a soup that she's made for years. So I can't wait to try the recipe, and we'll see how it works out. So thank you guys so much for joining and talking with us, and giving us recipe suggestions on our Facebook live stream. We appreciate you every single day that you talk with us and let us know what's going on in your world.
Yeah, and if you haven't noticed by now, we like to roll with the punches and we like to laugh at ourselves. And we had plenty of moments that brought some joy and comic relief this week. So here's the best of GMS. Have a great weekend. Welcome to After GMS, something we like to do on Facebook Live every day at 7:45, give or take a couple minutes while we get situated.
Yeah, just know the delays are always technical issues. We're here from like 2 in the morning on, so we're here. We're ready.
I used to love playing with Light Bright, especially at night. You turn it on and you have the little shapes and pictures that you made by put the little pegs in the thing there. I think that's pretty cool.
Oh, I was confusing Light Bright with Light Worm. Okay, so now I'm like, you went to bed with a little worm that glowed in the dark? But no, Light Bright, Light Worm, totally different. We're gonna sign off here. Before we do, Ed Matthews, I have to let you know your camera is doing something funky where it's kind of like, I think it's condensation. Maybe.
It may be a little condensation, and also the sun is beginning to shine directly right into the camera.
Well, I just want to let you know that you look amazing in your halo. And it fits you and your personality. Stacey actually said you look angelic in that light. So.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think we're just like really rubbing it thick here on Ed Matthews.
And I love it. I love it. I love it.
And if you step outside today, you're going to say, it's a good hair day.
Ooh, boy.
You're already celebrating Ed Matthews.
Yes, yes.
Hello, fall.
Yeah, hello, fall. Yeah, I think I woke up the neighbors.